you will see where they wrote 1:1. This part is actually for teachers. So 1:1 means they are going to carry out filtration, because they are going to, because once they say 1:1, it means if you measure 1 gram of this, you also measure 1 gram of this, they must be equal. If you say 2:2, 3:3, they must be the same. So 1:1. So once immediately I saw that 1:1, it means automatically I know that they are going to carry out what? Filtration. So in our last class, I was able to identify, to analyze starch and lead carbonate differently, right? I did that differently. So I analyzed starch differently. I also analyzed what? Lead carbonate differently. But our next practical is going to be a mixture of starch and lead, yes, lead carbonate. So we are going to mix them together. Then we carry out filtration. That is our next practical. Hopefully on Thursday, I will be doing that practical for you guys. So for starch, we are going to test for starch. We are going to test for lead. We are going to test for thiazocarbonate. So we have Pb 2 plus here. So we also have what? CO3 2 minus. So we'll be testing for lead by using sodium hydroxide and ammonia, right? We've already done this one, aqueous. Then we also use NH3 for same test for this guy here. So we'll be using this to test for this one. Then for this guy here, they can ask us to add barium chloride, BaCl2. So once we add barium chloride, there will be formation of 5 precipitate, then followed by what? Dilute hydrochloric acid. If you see a 5%, we are going to definitely see a 5%, and there is going to be what? CO2 gas is going to be what? Released from this guy. So we test this, we test this, we test that using iodine. I know they are going to tell us to add iodine to the residue. Are we good now? Yes, sir. Because by the time you mix these two together, this starch, like I told you people in our last class, that starch is insoluble in water. Also, starch is also insoluble in dilute nitric acid, HNO3. Starch is insoluble in water. Starch is also insoluble in this. And what are they going to tell us to do? They will tell us, mix these two together, add dilute nitric acid. Why? Because this lead is insoluble in water. This lead carbonate is insoluble in water. Starch is insoluble in water. So they cannot say we should add water when they know that the two salts mixed together, they are both insoluble. So they are, because this lead now, lead is soluble in nitric acid, but starch is not soluble. So when we add nitric acid,